What's up, guys? It's B Wade. I'm gonna walk you through my 5 favorite picks for the Knicks Celtics game 2. Last night's NBA games was a fucking wild ride, y'all. So I'm gonna give you these 5 favorite picks. I'm gonna walk you through that data, the analysis, show you why I like these picks, and hopefully give you guys enough information so that you can make informed decisions as to whether you want to tail these picks or not, right? Looking at how we did yesterday, Monday, we hit 2 of the DFS parlays I gave out. We just missed a 4-man. We hit 3 of them. And then looking at game picks that I gave out to VIP, we went 4-2. Now, our 2 losses were both NBA games. We chalked on both of them. I think a lot of people did. Both favorites ended up losing, and both were like 9-point favorites. So that was a tough L, but we swept baseball, went 3-0, and we hit on NHL 1-0. So it was another profitable day, 4-2, including over the weekend. We had a 5-1 day, a 5-2 day. We keep doing really well on the game picks. We keep making money on DFS. I want to help you guys. So all you have to do to get in VIP, you can either sign up with one of these apps I tell you about in this video, use my code, deposit however much or however little you'd like, and then send me a screenshot on Instagram and I'll hook you up with a free week of VIP. The other option, just use code MBA in the checkout when you're signing up for VIP and you'll get 80% off. It'll cost you less than $10 for a week. You'll get all my picks. And the goal is we make money, right? There's never a guarantee. It can go anyway, but historically, we do well over time and we win more than we lose. So on top of that, I give away a jersey every single month on this channel. This month we're doing a signed Anthony Edwards jersey, authenticated, totally legit. All you have to do to be entered is subscribe to this channel, like this video, and drop a comment. That's it. The drawing will happen at the end of the month and it will be given out to one of you guys for free. Now I'm putting this first slip in on Sleeper, guys. Sleeper is one of my favorite apps. They give us promos every single day, whether they're profit boosts, discounted slips, protected slips, and when you sign up using code BWADE, they're going to give you up to $100 for free. It's a 100% deposit match, so whatever you guys put in there, they're going to match it. It's free money. Take advantage of it, and then take a screenshot, send it to me on Instagram, and I will hook you up with the free week of VIP. But let's start getting into these picks. So we're starting out with Jason Tatum over 3.5 threes. And while he's only hit this in 14 of the last 30 games, when you look at his volume against the Knicks, I don't see a way he misses this, right? Just right off the bat, he's hit this in 4 out of 5 games against the Knicks, right? So that's encouraging. But when we look at his volume, right, last game or last night, he shot 15 three-pointers. The game before that, he shot 11. For that, 10, and then 14 and 11. Overall, he's taken 61 or 62 three-pointers in 5 games, guys. That's over 12 three-point attempts per game against the Knicks. All we need is 4 here. That means as long as he shoots 33% or better from 3, he hits this. He averages better than 40% from 3. He's shot at least 33% or better in 3 of these games. And he's averaging 5 three-pointers a game against the Knicks. I love this play, especially with the volume and the way they play against the Knicks, guys. If he's taking 10 or more threes in this game, he's hitting at least 4 of them. This is a great play. And then look, we're taking a really similar play for our next one. Let's go back to this real quick also. I wanted to point out pick and roll ball handler. They are dead last in the NBA at defending that. That's how he gets a lot of his 3 points, right? He ends up pick and roll, he rolls off of it, and he ends up with an open 3, and that's how he drains it. So the fact that the Knicks are dead last in the NBA at defending pick and roll, love that. Now we come over to Brunson. We're taking over 2.5 threes. He's hit this in 7 of his last 10 games, right? So that's a 70% hit rate out of his last 10. We look head to head, and he's hit this in his last 4 games against the Celtics. He's averaging 3.6 three-pointers a game against them. And again, when we look at the volume, he's taken 9, 12, 9, 7, and then the first game he only took 2 and only played 25 minutes. There was something off about that game. But in his last 3 games against the Celtics, he's averaging 10 three-pointers per game, 10 three-point attempts per game. That means he only needs to hit 30% to hit 3. Love that number for him. And then you look at the Celtics defense. They are sixth worst at defending pick and roll ball handler and third worst in the NBA at defending ISOs. That's how Brunson's going to get open for his threes, right? You saw it last night in the game. He dropped 5 on them. 64% of similar players are going over on their three-point line. Again, love this play. We're getting it at plus money. I'm locking in Jalen Brunson and Jason Tatum over their three-point lines. I'm going to suggest that you guys put this in on Sleeper. Now, I'm in Toronto right now, and I can't put this in on any DFS apps, but I'm still doing the research to get you guys the picks. Sleeper is going to give you 3.8x for this. It's one of my favorite apps. They get their lines up early. They have some of the best payouts, a ton of promos, and when you sign up using code BWADE, they're going to double that first deposit up to $100 and give you a free pick for your first entry. Take advantage of these sign-up bonuses, guys, and when you do, take a screenshot, send it over to me on Instagram, and I will hook you up with that free week of VIP. It's a no-brainer. It's a win-win. You get the free money, you get the free picks from me, and we do work, you know what I mean? On top of that, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, and drop a comment so you can be entered to win that signed Anthony Edwards jersey. Let's get into these next 3 picks. Derek White, over 19.5 points and assists. We took it last game. He hit it. We're running it back. Y'all, he's hit this in 73% of his last 30 games, right? Even more, 76% of his last 29 games. He's only missed this in 7 out of his last 29 games. He's only missed it once in the playoffs, and that was in a game where they blew out the Magic, so he didn't really have to do much. When we look head-to-head, he's hit this in every single game against the Knicks this year. Now, he hasn't hit it by much. They've been pretty close calls. He barely got it in game 1, and that was in a game where he shot 6 for 18. So he shot 33% from the field, 6 for 18, and he still hit this. That gives me confidence because I don't think he's going to shoot 33% again. But the fact that he's hit this in 76% of his last 29 games, he's hit it in every game against the Knicks, and we're getting it at even money. Just feels like a great value. Coming down here, don't love that they are the second best spot up defense, and that's how he scores 38% of his points, but they're also the dead last pick and roll ball handler defense, and that's how he scores 19% of his points. So you take the good with the bad, but overall, just the data adds up to the fact where he's consistently hitting this number, and to get it at even money just feels like a great value. Also going to be taking Josh Hart over 11.5 points. He's hit this now in 4 straight games. And when we look at him against the Celtics, he's hit this in 4 out of his 5 games against them. He just missed it in their game back in at the beginning of April. But he shot 0 for 4 from 3 and 5 for 14 from the field, which is not likely to happen again. He only took 9 shots in this game 1, and he still managed to hit this. That's the second least shots. I mean, he went 4 for 6 in the first game against them in October. So he still hit this with only 25 minutes of playing and going 4 for 6 from the field. That was the blowout game where they lost by 23 to open the season. I don't love these numbers, that their defense just completely shuts down all of the type of scoring of how Josh Hart scores. When you look at it on paper, this looks like a nightmare matchup for him, right? Third, and I always want to give you guys both sides of the coin, right? I'm not here to convince you to take a pick. I'm here to just show you the data and help you make educated decisions. So, like, I want to show you the other side of the coin and show you these, like, the cons. And his top 3 ways of scoring, the Celtics are top 5 in the NBA at defending all 3 of them. Hate that. They're also 5th in the NBA at defending in the restricted area. That's where he scores more than half of his points. Those are all really bad points when looking at taking Josh Hart. But the fact that he's hit this in 4 out of 5 games against them, he's averaging 14.6 points per game against them, and he's hit this in 4 straight games now. Gives me confidence, and so I'm locking in Josh Hart over 11.5 points. And then Drew Holiday over 10.5 points. So he's hit this now in 7 of his last 10 games. And when we look head-to-head, he scored at least 14 points in each of his 4 games against the Knicks this year. He's averaging 16 points per game against them. And similar players are hitting this at a 67% rate. They stopped Dyson Daniels back in the beginning of April, but otherwise, what, 7 of the last 8 times they've faced a similar player, including Drew Holiday, they have gone over on this line. And so, just again, looking at the numbers, looking at his consistency against them, I feel confident taking Drew Holiday over 10.5 points. And again, I can't put this in being in Canada, but if I could, I would put this in on Underdog. Underdog has the extender promo running right now, which is going to give you crazy profit boosts throughout the whole NBA playoffs. Right now for game 2, they're giving us a 50% profit boost, and that just continues to go up as the series goes on, right? So you're going to get a 50% boost on this. You'll get 8.5x for this 3-man. And then it goes up to 60% profit boost in game 3, all the way up to 100% profit boost if these series reach game 7s. These are the best promos out there right now. In the NBA playoffs, you're going to get so much money for these slips when you use these extender profit boosts on Underdog. Underdog will also double your first deposit up to $1,000 when you use code BWADE. It's one of the best sign-up bonuses you're going to get anywhere. Take advantage of it. Get that extra money, take advantage of these extender profit boosts, and then send me a screenshot, send it to me on Instagram, and I will hook you up with that free week of VIP, guys. Everybody in VIP is doing really well right now. We've continued to hit on these game picks I'm giving out. DFS props are hitting as well, but these game picks are going crazy. We've had 2 or 3 sweeps in like the last 10 days. We've had a few days with just one loss, going like 4-1, 5-1, and we're up, I think, over 11 units right now in the last 7 days. So guys, if you want to tail, sign up with one of these apps or use code MBA in the checkout process, but I want to help you win. That's the goal of this channel. I do hours of research. I use models that I've built to help you guys make money. I appreciate y'all watching this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and drop a comment so you can be entered to win that signed Anthony Edwards jersey. Let's get some money, boys.